almost everything is at the maximum level. You're just getting more accessories. So you're paying $25 for a couple extra hands and weapons. That's what it seems like to me, what Maximum Series is.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh. New look. We're changing things up, guys, keeping it fresh for everybody, but we're still talking about toys. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First up here, just want to give a shout out to Wade over at Unparalleled Universe. He announced that his Wave 2 Odious figures were put on pause because of like different market stuff, tariff stuff, and timing wise. You know, there was a dragon happening. And so, but he's now ready to start that new Kickstarter for Wave 2 of the Odious figures. And he kind of gave these little pictures of his new design. So we got a cowboy, we got a Frosty Yeti version, we got the military, outfit looking guy, and as well as like a monk shaman. But yeah, what are you thinking, Josh?
These are awesome, and especially we've seen prototypes of that like Yeti guy as well as the soldier, and they just look absolutely incredible. They have really high price points, but they also have really high quality soft goods, so it kind of checks out. And it's kind of cool just to see a line like even though it's a branding, right? He's using the Imperial Universe branding of that Sasquatch character.
Odious.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like for me, and I feel like maybe a lot of collectors are going to be buying this maybe just for the soft goods. It's like sure, it's a Sasquatch character, but I'm like super interested in the soft goods because we saw these prototypes and they just looked absolutely incredible. And it's actually kind of cool to see the blue Yeti because then this one's going to kind of look really different compared to the rest,
Yeah, it's a different paint scheme and potentially, different things. And well, out of all four of here, which one's got you most excited?
I served back in Nam, so I got to go with the Nam soldier.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one too. I think that one's the best. I think that one just appeals to me. Like I'm already picturing Odious and Junkyard Joe running through the jungle.
Dude, you're in my head. What the heck? What's crazy is I literally was just picturing that. Yeah, what the heck?
It's also the reason I bought Sergeant Slaughter because then I had the little duffel bag to go with my boys.
Yeah, and that's such like a cool, like unique platoon. Like I don't know, I could see like a lot of stories in my head with just those three guys.
Like
that's a cool
Bigfoot robot. Like that's
Bigfoot, a robot, soldier. It's almost like you could do like a Suicide Squad-esque type of team,
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. All right, so yeah, keep an eye out, guys. We'll definitely be talking about that. At least I want to talk about it once it launches there. All right, let's jump over to Four Horsemen here. They dropped a Figure Obscura teaser today, so we're getting a new one, and it's quick. They used to I feel like they were teasing this like over a week, previous ones, but this one is literally the day before they're dropping this figure.
Usually they're like that. It's like a day before.
Is it? Okay, I feel maybe.
Dude, yeah, I remember one time I read the email and it was like already up for pre-order. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, no, they're like that. That's why it's like they just drop really fast.
One interesting thing here, you can kind of pause and you want to read all that, but they don't have this figure in stock. So this is kind of the first time, at least for me, as I've been collecting Figure Obscuras, this is the first time where I've seen it not in stock. It is on its way here, but it's just not in stock. So it's not a pre-order where you're putting your money up front, waiting 2 years or a year, It's just that it hasn't arrived here. So it's like in stock, but just not quite as fast.
That is kind of odd because my brain was thinking, okay, if this is the case, that they're in a rush to kind of get this out to people, it would have to be tied to some sort of holiday, right? Because then it's like, you don't want to solicit it after holiday. But we're not really close to Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas. So we're wondering, what is the reason for this? It's actually pretty odd. So, and it makes sense why it delayed, maybe the tariffs, things like that.
Right, yeah.
Everything got messed up. But weird that they are like, no, we have to get this out now. Now, that may be because, maybe it's not because of the holiday, but rather because, we're coming up on Legion's Con and they don't want this to kind of be anywhere near or close to the next wave. It's probably going to be the biggest wave. I feel like anytime we get to Legion's Con, they just one up themselves. Like literally for the past, I think 2 or 3 years, it's been a trend where the Legion's Con wave is the largest wave in Mythic Legion's history.
Right.
Getting I think the last one was like $500, $550, something like that. So I think that's probably their thinking. They're just like, we don't want this on the heels of the massive wave that's coming.
Right, a month or 2 months before it. Yeah, I get that. As far as predictions on this Figure Obscura, people have been saying, Figure Obscura sightings, it's like the cryptid that was spotted, and then they say that this is the first sighting is purported to have taken place on Saturday, August 23rd, 2025, in the state of New Jersey. So I know that's where they're based out of, but there's also a big cryptid that's based in New Jersey, and that would be the Jersey Devil.
Makes sense. Yeah, I definitely think for sure, like you're right. The sighting, 100% we're gonna get a cryptid, whether that be Mothman, Alien, Jersey Devil, Chupacabra, Sasquatch, whatever. But the New Jersey thing, it could just be like just like you said, just because they're from there. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
We could be reading too much into it, but regardless, we're gonna get some sort of cryptid, and I feel like a lot of those pieces, like even if they do like some sort of alien, then they could have those pieces and even use them in cosmic further down the line. You know,
That's true. That's true.
because it's like sighting. I don't know when I see sighting, it makes me think of like aliens, UFOs. You know?
UFO, yeah, UFO,
Yeah.
yeah. Another thing too, because this is not in stock at their warehouse, they are going to offer the flat $10 shipping, but it can't be combined with in stock items.
Makes sense. 100% makes sense.
It's just not in stock, you know.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. But dude, man, that $10 shipping is nice.
it's nice, but that $4 shipping over at Big Bad is better, and it's the same prices. So,
Oh, but that one you got to risk it though. That one you got to risk like
what do
if
you mean
it gets
risk
to
it?
that sale price. So like,
Oh, they're
not all
right now. They are on sale. So like, it's fine.
right. So they're on sale for the price of like the regular price that you would have gotten at Four Horsemen Studios, but some of the figures don't always go on sale. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're taking that risk of assuming that it's going to go on sale.
Okay. All right, let's keep it going here. Harbinger Studios is coming back around with wave 3 of their Savage Crucible. These are the fish boys. These are the piranhoids. We also get this like Cthulhu looking guy with the big old staff there. And they are soliciting these out to be delivered like through big bad toy stores, so like retailers, by like fourth quarter of this year. So sometime the end of this year.
Man, and these look absolutely phenomenal. When you know this is what I was most drawn to when I saw a Savage Crucible Kickstarter. I was like, oh, I gotta get these fishes. I love kind of the sunken in head and just the different characters. So like this is the one I most wanted, and this is the final leg of the Kickstarter. And even with this like Cthulhu character, I remember one of the tiers that we got like a we got they gave I thought this was genius as a Kickstarter, but they gave the 3D print file for like his throne, which was one of the tiers, you know, because then it's like they do all the work, but then they don't really have to go through like the logistics of shipping out that huge thing, and it's like just a nice free tier.
Yeah.
And now that with this, like once they finally ship this out, then the Kickstarter is completely finished. So I can't wait to what we see next from Savage Crucible, you know, because like we kind of knew this was coming, and then now we're gonna get the next step, the next chapter in the Savage Crucible's line, which who knows what if they might do like they'll probably do more like humans and lizards and fishes, but I bet they'll introduce like a new race, which would be really cool.
Yeah, from my understanding, the Lemurians are retired. Now they're not gone.
For real?
They did say that. They did. Savage Crucible did say that. They're not coming back for a while, is what they said. So probably a couple years before we get any Lemurians back. But I mean, humans and fish people and other creatures, I think that's what we're gonna be getting here soon from them. And they also like, you know, it's Harbinger Studios, man. They've been working with Frazetta as well, and they got their Collegiate Legends. So they're doing their thing, you know. All right, let's keep it going here. Next up from Big Bad Workshop, we got the Soldiers of Fortune. They just announced that these guys are ready to ship out. We got the Agent, the Spy, and the Agent, the Enemy. But yeah, just kind of get a little preview of the inbox packaging from Big Bad Workshop.
Yeah, and so is it like kind of like a blistered card type of thing going on, or is it?
Yeah, it's blistered.
Okay.
Yeah, it's blistered. So there's like a little card insert. It's kind of like Mythic Legions, right? The card insert in the back, and then the blister all the way around it.
Oh, okay. They copied that. That's pretty cool. I guess like if you want to keep like a display, because it's just really nice to be able to open it, and then if you want to keep the packaging, you can display it that way. But looking at the in-package shots, they don't look that good to me. I feel like the plastic, looks. I don't know, like the skin maybe needs. I don't know. The plastic looks the britter type of plastic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the very matte brittle type.
No, I definitely get that from looking at these as well. Like it's gonna be. And I have a Naughty or Nice Santa Claus, and I feel like that's the kind of level of plastic we're going to be getting from them as well.
Oh, okay.
It's just
that makes sense. So if you have any experience with that,
like stiffer, and I don't know, it's like the density is different than other plastics, something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And but I mean, if you're into it, you're into it, right? Get some cool agents, spies. You know, that's fun. It's fun. I'm more excited to see their NPCs, which these are like kind of bleeding into that. You know.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to NECA here. NECA's got a Garfield TMNT crossover. This was shown off back in San Diego Comic-Con. I missed it, so shout out to Toy Arc for making me aware that I missed it. And it's got a big old stack of pizzas. We got the Garfello and an Odie like in a shell there, and he comes with some other heads as well. So, but another crossover for TMNT.
I know, man, dude. TMNT, they will cross over with everybody and anybody. Anybody they can get a chance to. We've gotten Mighty Morphin Power Rangers crossover. What else have we gotten? We gotten
Masters
uh
of the Universe.
Master of the Universe. We gotten even a Transformer crossover. We've gotten
The Hello Kitty with McDonald's right now.
yeah, I saw those toys. Dude, they're just like all about the money, man. They're just raking in the money. And this one, I mean, it kind of makes sense because both of these were kind of peak cartoons kind of in the same era. I feel like they kind of you could say like if you watch the TMNT cartoon, you probably watch the Garfield
Yeah,
cartoon, right?
yeah, for sure.
So that kind of makes sense, but beyond that point, that connection, it's like, all right, a Garfield and Odious TMNT figure is like, okay, I guess, whatever. I do like that pizza,
Pizza stack.
pizza lasagna accessory, like combining both worlds. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, NECA is doing this, and so is apparently Boss Fight Studios, and they're doing the
Ay, ay, ay.
exact same figures. We're not sure on the scale of these, but based off of the articulation that I'm seeing here, probably just their normal line. It'll be like the 6 inch. It'll be shorter because he's Garfield the cat, but yeah, literally like the same accessory, the same weapon, the same
Character.
look. Yeah, it's the exact same, man.
Insane, dude. Insane. Like, I don't even know if I wanted the first one. Now I have two different versions from two different studios.
Yeah.
Crazy that this has happened, but like, what are the chances? I don't like. I wonder
Yeah.
when Boss Fight found out that NECA was doing it and vice versa, right? They'd be like, son of.
Potentially, and Boss Fight is soliciting theirs sooner than NECA. NECA only showed off the preview. They have not put out any product pages or product photos. Boss Fight is first on this, so
Guys, for the 5 people that are going to pre-order it,
I was going to
got
say
'em.
Boss Fight might have the market on this one since they came out first.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. So they're also doing 2 sets here. So it's Boss Fight has the first set as 2 figures, and this one as 2 figures as well. And this is a pirate version of Garfield and Odie. They're a little deeper in the line already.
Yeah, they look good enough. I mean, have we gotten a Garfield and Odie like classic version from Boss Fight? Because I'm wondering, like, hopefully they've given us that already, and like we don't just have a TMNT and pirate version, not the classic. That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah, they might have. Let us know. I'm not quite sure. I
Yeah.
remember someone did. Who did the big old polyvinyl Garfield? Like it was a 1-to-1.
I don't know.
Do you remember that? That one was cool. I thought that one was cool. All right, let's keep it going though. Here, next up, we got a cyborg Donatello from NECA, and man, shout out to the NECA team there. They did an amazing job on creating the look of the metal on the torso, especially.
Yeah, 100%. When I saw this, I was like, even the texture, the smoothness, and then just right where they placed that highlight really captures the curvature of the sculpt. And so, whoever is doing kind of like the line art, just an absolute phenomenal job on this.
I agree. Comes with his staff, a little blade knife there. Looking, man, they did a really good job on the shell. Really good job. There's everything you get with him as well. So, next up, we're getting Mr. Nobody. And this guy is cool. I like the aesthetic on this guy. The all black with the kind of the blue gloves and boots. But man, that soft goods cape, I'm really liking that. It's wired and just kind of adds that depth to this figure.
Oh, wait, this is NECA. Yeah, this is NECA, right?
Yeah, NECA. Yes, correct.
I would say pretty articulated for a NECA character. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think just because it's how base of a body, like it's like a guy in a suit, basically in a superhero suit, that we're actually getting like almost like Marvel Legends, old Marvel Legends, I should say, articulation here.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this on the Bucky Cap body?
They got their Bucky Cap here. Yeah, looks
NECA's they're finally at the Bucky Cap phase. They're 10 years late.
Get a grappling hook, a gun, and some extra pairs of hands. And next up, we're getting a turtle disguised as the Shredder. Or maybe they are the Shredder in this universe. I'm pretty sure that I think they are the Shredder in this universe. So here's Raphael as the Shredder. What do you think, Josh?
That's actually really cool. Like, I feel like, alternate universe type concept. I feel like it's an interesting character for them to do. They are getting really deep in the line. And I love that they're not just giving us, rehashes or repaints of the turtles. They're giving us, really deep cuts. I think the unmasked face sculpt kind of scarring looked really nice. Overall, just an interesting character.
Yeah, I agree with you. Only bummer here is why aren't they giving us a wired cape on this? They gave it on Mr. Nobody here.
For sure, it's a really stark difference too, like in terms of quality. Like that Mr. Nobody cape, solid. It has a wire, it's like double kind of layered, it has a hem, and so everything kind of is sitting right. But then if you look at the Shredder, Raph Shredder, you can see it's like bulging out in certain spots. It doesn't have the right weight. It's not folding right and sitting right. So yeah, that is weird that two figures from the same company coming out at the exact same time have such a stark difference in quality.
Yeah. Yeah, something's up there. But there you go. There's everything you're getting with the RAF Shredder. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's jump over to McFarlane Toys. McFarlane Toys giving us a little Toy Store exclusive of their Batman here. Looking cool. Soft goods cape. Yeah, just another Batman.
Yeah, it looks good enough. I would say I don't know. I always have this issue like where they are using. I mean, it kind of makes sense though. Nah, never mind. It's not. It's not. It makes sense because yeah, I was just gonna say like the yellow on the bat symbol, but on the gold on the belt is different. But actually, that makes sense because they're two different materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is from the DC Rebirth version. So
Okay. Yeah, that looks 100% right. Yeah.
All right, next up, we got some pretty pictures of some characters we talked about last week. First up here is Mr. Bones, Mr. Bojangles. But yeah, dude, looking good. Again, that soft goods cape, I really like when we get that with toys, and it's fun to see McFarlane jumping in on that. The standout, though, we talked about that lithograph previously, and I was just thinking it's just like his normal card size, but no, this thing is 10.5 inches tall, dude. Like this is literally the entire packaging that this is going to be housed.
Right. It's gonna be like an insert in the back.
Yeah, like it's a mini poster. So, and it does come in color and black and white. So that's fun. So you get both versions. And maybe this is Todd's way of like just adding that little bit of value, right? Making the card bigger, because I know some of his prices have gone up. Next up here, we've got the pretty pictures for Obsidian. Again, looking good with that cape. We got the necklace there as well. Very classic comic character. And again, that lithograph of two-sided front and back, colored and uncolored.
Nice. The funny thing is with the stand, I'm distracted by the stand because it looks like a pool 8-ball.
It does. Yeah, it does. All right, let's keep it going here. Next up, we got another Batman McFarlane Toy exclusive. And we've been kind of seeing this trend where a lot of these Batman figures, a lot of DC characters, especially Batman, are getting put onto the McFarlane Toy Store as an exclusive. Here is the Batmobile from the DC Rebirth Batman comics. So it would go perfect with the previous Batman we talked about. But yeah.
Nice. This looks awesome. And I'm glad like he's like, I feel like he's aware and he's cognizant of that he's going to lose the license. So he's like, all right, I got to make every last Batmobile I can squeeze while I have this license. And it looks great. I love the boxiness of it. And to kind of coincide with that release that you mentioned, what more could you ask for?
Yeah. And maybe like he also makes more money this way, right? Like since he's not having to send it out to retailers, he's just keeping the profit, producing it and sending it out, right? So,
yeah.
I lost my nose.
Do we know the price, you think, already? Or he hasn't solicited that yet?
I don't think the price has been dropped. It'll go out pre-order on August 27th.
Yeah, hopefully it's like this, like the 80 we've been seeing, because yeah, it looks like a good size. It's definitely a big car. So yeah, 80 hopefully.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's jump over to Marvel Legends. First up is Extremis Suit Iron Man. But it is, now we've gotten this before, but it's actually coming in a 2-pack with the Mandarin from that comic book as well. So you get the Mandarin with all the 10 rings, as well as the Extremis Suit Iron Man. I was a little underwhelmed by this, but Josh, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of sucky. It's like Hasbro has done this time and time again. I never learn where they'll have an interesting character that you might want and then shove in like a repack, right? Because this Extremis Iron Man, we got in this recently in one of the recent Marvel Legends waves in the last 3 years. I can't remember which one. But the only thing new, right, is the head, which it is a nice head. I like that it has kind of like the wetsuit over kind of like the tech suit cap, bald cap. But besides that, it looks to be 100% the Extremis Iron Man we already got. And so then if you're interested in Iron Man, you now have to shell like $50-$55 to get it. But like you said, it might not even be that much of a draw because you yourself, you don't have the Extremis Iron Man, but then even the draw, the supposed draw is like underwhelming, right? Because it's just the Mandarin and he has a flowy tie.
It is just the Mandarin, right?
You gotta be kidding me.
It's just the Mandarin in a suit, in a tie. You get the different head sculpt. I get it. But I'm just not about guys in suits, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I mean everybody's kind of experienced this mold. Everyone probably has like 20 figures of this same mold, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With those pants, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, fun to get that out there. And if you need them, you can get the 2-pack there. I mean, it is nice, right? If you don't have that Extremis suit, you can also have this 2-pack and then you're done, right? All right, let's keep it going here. There's the back cover, looking cool, and then the 2-pack there. All right, next up, we got a new Maximum series was announced. Maximum Series Deadpool.
Stinky.
And oh man, like looking at the pictures of this figure, it just solidifies what I've been already kind of knowing what this Maximum Series is. Like it's just a justification for them to raise the price, right? The Maximum Series title doesn't do much for the figure. Especially I think this one has like the least, I would say, differences to his normal release. You know, Spider-Man definitely had a good amount of articulation compared to any other Spider-Man previously. And the Hulk figure had the rubber overlay gimmick. Whereas this one, you know, just even looking at that old Deadpool that we got, and even many Deadpools that we've gotten, it doesn't articulate that much better, I would say, from those Deadpools. And yeah, you're getting a lot of accessories, but you showed us that picture that Toy Shiz posted of the first Deadpool figure that we got in the Juggernaut wave, and it had a crap ton of accessories. And so it kind of makes me also think about the degradation of value that Hasbro has been providing us in Marvel Legends. Because the reason why this Deadpool is decked out in accessories is because he was part of the Juggernaut wave, but did not come with a Juggernaut bath piece. So the Hasbro team was like, hey, you know, to make up for this, to hopefully people buy this figure because they don't necessarily have to buy it to complete their bath. We're going to load it up with accessories like a taco, an extra head, multiple weapons, right? It's a good value. And then looking at this Maximum Series, it has definitely more accessories and a bunch more hands, but it's like more than double the price, right? How much is the price on this Deadpool?
I'm assuming it's the same as I'm not sure on the price.
Okay.
But I'm assuming it's gonna be like the Spider-Man, so it's gonna be around 50.
Yeah. So yeah, double the price of a regular Marvel Legend, and it's like
that's not right.
And, yeah, it is. It isn't because the accessories are really not that great, right? Like everybody has swords by now. Everybody has weapons, and like, yeah, we get a chimichanga, but the last one had a taco.
Yeah,
I mean, you do get goop.
Dupe. I can't remember. Was it goop or dupe?
I think it's dupe.
Okay.
I don't know, but that's I guess the draw. I don't know. What
That's
do you think?
crazy.
What do you think about the update? What do you think about the update with the like articulation scheme?
For me, looking at the articulation scheme, it is cool to get the boots with the toe articulation. I like that we're getting that as a new piece because then that could be added on later on to other figures. That's great. But basically, it is the same as that Juggernaut wave. It has the double, it is pinless. But I mean, again, that's just purely aesthetic. It has the boot swivel here, the calf swivel. The abdomen is, I mean, the Deadpool was on the Bucky cap, right? This was the Bucky cap body. So it's nice to have the diaphragm cut with the ball joint in there. That's nice. But outside of that, I think the only extra other piece is the neck piece, which is what they did with the Spider-Man as well. So the head and then the neck has its own movement. But dude, G.I. Joe's been doing that same level of articulation outside of the toe articulation forever.
Yeah. Not only that, but something else to bring up is that they've kind of been shooting themselves in the foot and kind of self-sabotaging the Maximum Series line, I feel like, for collectors. Because, you know, we recently picked up the Psylocke figure. There's been that updated Black Widow Target exclusive. And both of those figures have really updated their articulation schemes. Like, I was blown away by that Psylocke figure. Like, I didn't think I needed another Psylocke figure. But when I got that, I was like, no, this is a huge upgrade. Even though that's part of like kind of, you know, just the main line. It's not Maximum Series. So it's like, how can you justify this a Maximum Series when the entirety, which is a great thing, right? It's the entirety of the Marvel Legends line is getting articulation pinless upgrades. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
almost everything is at the maximum level. You're just getting more accessories. So you're paying $25 for a couple extra hands and weapons. That's what it seems like to me, what Maximum Series is.
I agree. Yeah. And again, it's a way to get their toys at that higher price point, that import price level, you know. So I don't know. I've kind of changed my feelings towards it. Like that first Spider-Man, I was really excited about. The Hulk, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And now this one, I'm just like, okay,
100%. This is definitely the weakest. Yeah, it's definitely it's the weakest out of the three Maximum figures for sure. I think actually it's actually gotten worse and worse. I feel like Spider-Man was actually kind of strong, actually.
I agree. So there we go. Let us know down below how you guys are feeling about the Maximum Series Deadpool. If you're picking it up, that dupe is nice, but that's crazy. That's the draw, dude.
Dude, that's the draw for me. It's got really good paint apps. I like the dirty wash on him. It actually adds a lot of texture and dirtiness to him.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. But that's crazy if that's the pull, dude.
That's the pull, man. That's the pull.
Oh, man. All right, let's jump over to SH Figure Arts now. We got a Soul of Chokin. I just wanted to talk about this. I would never. I don't know. These things are out of my price range. They are really cool, but they are going to be doing a Metal Gear Rex, dude. Metal Gear is a pretty fun game, and to get the actual Metal Gear, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, really good teaser. Can't wait to see kind of the full reveal to kind of get the full grasp of this thing.
And of course, it's the Soul of Chokin, so it's like metal, and they go all out on this, and you pay that for that. All right, next up though, Monkey D. Luffy here. This is from the Marineford episodes arc. Not sure. But he's coming in here with some battle damage as well as a yellow vest.
Yeah, good repaint, and you're getting that same kind of battle damage scheme that we got in the Target exclusive version here in the US. Man, I don't know how many Luffys we're at, but we're at a good amount now.
That is true. We are a lot. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time we're getting like a hanging hat with the drawstring?
No, that's new. Good call out. Yeah, that is new.
I like
100%. And that could be cross compatible with all your Luffy, so that's actually pretty cool. And then of course we get the brand new face. That's usually what they always do, and it's nice because then it's cross compatible against all your Luffys, and we have now a huge, massive collections of different faces to swap.
A lot of Luffy faces. So there we go. All right, let's jump over to Figma. Figma's got some figures here for us. This is, I believe, Hades,
dude.
Yeah.
Hades, man. I didn't know they were making this. This is so cool. It's honestly a masterpiece of a game. Like, it's a tabletop down, like a table overhead game.
Yeah, God view dungeon crawler, right?
Yep, that's it. Thank you. And like the real draw for me was it was on Game Pass for a while, so it was free to play. But the real draw was Ron Perlman did the voiceover of it.
Wow, Lord Hood himself.
Yeah, he carried this game, just his voice and his presence. And honestly, the gameplay was good. It was fun.
I heard it won like a lot of awards because the gameplay loop was really fun.
The art style was nice. Even they had a really good soundtrack as well.
Oh, nice. All that you can want there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks cool, man. I love the different faces that you're getting with him, the weapons, and it's Figma, so gotta love that plastic.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a really good choice for them, because sometimes I do complain about the one thing I don't like from Figma is when they do video game characters.
Yeah,
but I think that only applies to not just American video game characters, but realistic human video game characters. Because Snake, I didn't really like the size of it, but that was a Japanese video game. But this one is good because the style in the Hades video game is very anime-esque, and so then the expertise of that they can translate that art style really well, and the size is going to fit right in with all your other anime figures.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like that kind of blockier, more flatter, but like still 3D that they do. This is Sagirius is the character's name there. So, but yeah, it comes with a little gem there, because you're dungeon crawling, of course. You want all that loot. But yeah, looking really cool, and shout out Figma. Next one from Figma. They're giving us a Ghost in the Shell, dude. Armored up. Personally, when I first saw this, I was like, cool, Ghost in the Shell. Love Ghost in the Shell. And this is just that, it's that one scene, and that scene is iconic. But I do like my major in more purple outfits, personally. More standalone.
Oh, no, I love this. And I feel like I like them not doing the standard suit. Just because
classic,
we've gotten it multiple times, and I think
that's true.
I don't know, just as like a veteran collector, just getting something unique that we know companies done, right? Because many companies have ventured and done a major figure, but I've never seen a major figure in the armored up suit, and so looks absolutely incredible. And the background that they're using,
they
brings you right into the anime, the accessories, the blast effect, and just looking at the posing, like, this is a must buy for me.
Yeah, and it would be from the chase scene after they're chasing the garbage man, and they're all locking and loading there. So, but yeah, I love Ghost in the Shell. I'm here for it. But yeah, this is fun that Figma's coming out with this as well. So, all right, let's keep going. There's everything you're getting with her. Let's jump over to Storm Collectibles. Storm's giving us a Storm Arena Baki villain here. This is Kaoru Hanayama. And man, he's looking big. Look at those pants on him, dude. He's got his big boy pants on, and you get a little bit of effect piece there. And yeah, looking mean. Yeah,
amazing job by Storm Arena. I feel like Baki is one of those properties that has kind of the same situation that JoJo Bizarre Adventure has, where they have these really unique art style, right? It's not no cookie cutter kind of big-eyed regular proportion anime. And they captured the style, I feel like, really well, because in the Baki they all have like these really dark shadows, And they translated that really well on this figure because not only through the sculpt, like the deep curves in the sculpt, but then they add a really dark wash, which I think translates exactly how I remember it. And it's just as ugly too. It's just as ugly, so it's good.
Yeah, it looks fun, man. Like a big old, mob boss or Yakuza. So there we go. And again, I love that we're putting some more figures on the Storm Arena. I love that. All right, let's keep it going here. Next up, we're jumping over to Mayfix. Mayfix is coming back out with their Black Adam figure, and it was confirmed that the throne will be part of this figure. So we are getting that throne with Black Adam, and this is the Black Adam gold version, gold variant.
Yeah, the gold paint is crazy. Like, I've mentioned this before, but I feel like we're seeing a new tech or a new paint app, something with Mayfix has changed because all these kind of SDC reveals, the gold is just popping like crazy.
Yeah.
And with the head sculpt, it's usually where Mayfix shines, but for me, something off with the eyes or the nose and lips, something with the proportions. I think the eyes look a little too close together, like the pupils. Like the pupils are definitely too close, straight up on everything. Yeah. So what's crazy is that I think the figure arts head sculpt is really good and honestly better than the Mayfix. But then everything else about the Mayfix, the cape, the paint apps, the sculpt, the size, is just better on the Mayfix. So
yeah, now that you mention, I feel like they got his girth right.
For sure. Believe it or not, though, the figure arts, it wasn't bad. Like they actually yoked him out. The figure arts did a really good job actually on it too.
It's just that cape, huh?
Yeah, the cape was atrocious, but no, I actually do think the Mayfix is a truer like bulk size because the figure arts, it was bulky, but it wasn't quite bulky enough like this one. It could be a really good trend that we're seeing because we first got a throne with the updated kind of Black Panther, and then now to get it with the
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and so this is kind of the second time we're seeing like a really big dial piece, and it's going to increase the price, but not by much because the Black Panther I think was like, I want to say $25-$30 above your average Mayfix.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think $25-$30 for a really nice, well painted, sculpted display, it's not too bad.
That's not too bad. And now that takes me back to the San Diego Comic-Con stuff that Mayfix was showing off. Does that mean we are getting the Joker stairs?
Can you imagine, dude? No, that'd be crazy. Like the logistics to ship, like the price to ship that alone is gonna make the figure cost way more than it needs to be. But no, I mean, it's not out of question though. I feel like after this, because I think this piece is bigger than the Black Panther throne, and so it's bigger for sure. And so then it's not out of the question. That Joker staircase could be.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. It was huge, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Part of me wants it.
Me too.
All right, let's talk next up. We got a Wolverine and Deadpool figure from that movie, and he's coming in here. Cool. Got the cool gold guns. He's got the opening scene adamantium stuff that happens. You got Dogpool here, nice and ugly, and yeah, it's fun.
It's a little underwhelming, especially because, like I said, time and time again, Mayfix, the money is in the face sculpt. Okay, so there's no face sculpt with this, right? And, I feel like that's a lost opportunity because they could have gave us, a Wade Wilson really, melted face. Because he does appear in the beginning scene, not in the Deadpool suit, but without the helmet, without the face mech. I mean, so that sucks. And then also, I feel like these shoulders are really small. And that could be helping increase articulation, but I don't know, the shoulders seem really small and also gappy compared to even the Legends or the figure arts. And then one last gripe I have with it is the color. The Deadpool suit doesn't change too much, but there definitely is some updates from 1 to 2 to 3. And the biggest update, the kind of the one most notable, is that in 3 it's the brightest red Deadpool suit that we've seen in all 3 films.
Yeah.
And this one is very dark. It's definitely looking more like a Deadpool 2 or Deadpool 1 suit, not like the bright red that we see in the film. On the positive note, I really like the way they were able to capture the 2 different fabrics. I feel like, it's all plastic, but the shine that we're getting right there on the leather parts of the suit look like leather. And then it's really good contrast with the fabric with the texture in that. So overall, the sculpt is good on it.
I agree with you. Yeah, there is something with the shoulders, and I've even seen a lot of that with these Mayfix recently, where like there's been a lot of gappage, and maybe again it could be the posing, but it could just be the figure.
Nah, bro, you're 100% correct because we off like camera, we were talking about the Venom, and I was super hyped about it, but then
Mm-hmm.
we were looking at some pictures side by side with Legends versus figure arts.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous at how bad, actually, how atrocious that Mafex Venom is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, this is a common trend, something, and I feel like it's not worth, whether, I don't know even if it's true, whether they're getting a teeny bit more of articulation in the butterflies and shoulders. It's not worth it because it's sacrificing so much of the figure silhouette.
That's not right.
Yeah, we'll see. But there's all the accessories you get. I love the Data, the little TVA console thing. I love that. That's a fun accessory because I can go with your Loki figures. You go around for more.
Right. No, that is way cool. You're right. That definitely, it is cool to see accessories we've never seen from any company. Right. The adamantium bones and adamantium claws, and yeah, that's cool to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can't have Deadpool without Wolverine, right? So here is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. We're starting off with the face sculpts, and man, I'm really digging the Wolverine Hugh Jackmanness there.
I like the top. The relaxed face is good, but the bottom kind of grimacing and screaming heads look a little off to me, and it's also something hard for me to justify this one, especially because if you guys have or have seen the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine, dude, the face sculpt on that is flawless. It's crazy how good it is as a $25 figure. And so with this, it's like, when the Marvel Legends was so good, can we justify quadrupling and buying this figure,
Yeah, for that higher price point. Yeah. And yeah, I agree with you. I do want a company to do the bare arms version of Wolverine because I feel like the majority of the movie he's bare armed. Maybe I'm wrong, but I get it. I get why they're doing, the suited up version.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity from Mafex, because if your Mafex usually comes late in the game, right? We've already gotten figure arts, legends, even Mezco has solicited it. With them coming so late, they need to bring in something extra because people have already purchased these characters. Like, I don't, if somebody wanted a toy of this, they have a iteration of it.
Yeah.
And so they need to bring in a draw by doing something like you said, by having those accessories or pieces that not companies didn't have. And they did that with the Deadpool with those accessories, but to have those bare arms with the Wolverine, that really could have kind of made collectors double dip on a character they already have. So definitely a missed opportunity.
And they gave Deadpool different forearms.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So let's swap these out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, interesting there. But it looks good though. This texturing on the suit's gonna be it's gonna look good. It's a Mafex, and then the bullet holes look good. Again, it does it's a cool aesthetic. It was a good suit. All right, let's jump over to Haya here. We're getting a Godzilla. This is Godzilla specifically from Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla. This is the Millennium Saga Godzilla version. And this Mechagodzilla is probably like the most iconic. It's got that like the big old blue blasters. But yeah, this is a cool Haya Godzilla one. I like this one.
Yeah, amazing. I can't wait till we get that mecha one from Haya, because with all those kind of segmented pieces, you can hide the articulation so well on that.
Yeah.
And then you just know it's going to be a reasonably priced figure that articulates well. We know kind of what we're getting now from Haya with Godzilla.
And this is cool too. This is running $55, so it's $5 more than the normal, because I think they usually run $50.
Not always, actually. They've kind of ranged from like even 50. It's actually kind of weird. Like I've seen 50, 51, I've seen 52, and I've seen 55.
That's true. Yeah, that's
like sometimes they vary.
The cool thing about this one though is that it has a light up feature for the dorsal fins. So his dorsal fins will light up on this Godzilla.
That's crazy. That's crazy that it has that feature, but the price didn't increase basically anything. Like, I wouldn't even say it increased. When I'm used to, like, when Mezco says it has a light up feature, well, that makes the freaking price go up $30, $40 on a figure. Yeah. So amazing job from Hayek to kind of show up the toy community of like how to have value and not kind of poach customers for their money.
Radical.
Yeah, I agree. It is nice. And I really do hope they do make that Mechagodzilla, dude. Because like the only one that I've seen is the SH Figure Arts Soul of Chikogan. And again, I'm not paying that price. So and Haya will do a really good job on it. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's take it around the net. First up here, Boss Fight Studios teased a Hellboy, but they didn't tell us any details. We can now confirm it is going to be a 1/12 scale Hellboy comic version. That Mike Mignola artwork, dude, that's just the best. And so here is our boy Big Red,
dude. And I feel like this is, there's certain properties and certain things that when you make an action figure form, is just going to sell. And I feel like this is one of those things where it's like an untapped market, because we've gotten the 1,000 Toys Hellboy figures, but those are just so exorbitantly priced that I don't know if too many collectors buy that just because of how expensive it is. It's just inaccessible to most collectors. And so I feel like Boss Fight, for them to do this, it honestly looks just as good as the 1,000 Toys. The sculpt on it, perfect, exactly from the comic. You're gonna get the shadow and light play that we see in the artwork from Miller. And so holy crap, this is like a dream come true, like a line come true for me at this scale. Like, all the characters that we're gonna get from this is gonna be amazing.
This is beautiful. Like, they crushed it with all the angularity in all of his shapes. They got his silhouette and the proportions right on this, man. Only bummer, and I get it, because it'll bring the price up, is no trench coat. But you can go on to Amazon and get a 1/12 trench coat. You're fine for like $10, maybe $5. We're fine.
Yeah, that's not even. I don't even care. And honestly, they might even do like they might even be saving it, just to like to have a longevity of the line, see how it does, and then like further down the line they do, a deluxe Hellboy with the trench coat.
Yeah, I love this thing, man. 7.5 inches tall, like proper Hellboy size. And you get this cool little dead hand thing too, man. This
How much you think it's gonna be? Because we've seen like their boss fight skeletons were like around $30, but then we've also seen their other. I think they've done other figures at like 50, so it's probably gonna be in somewhere around there, right? 30 to 50.
Yes, yeah. So they did release the prices, and we are getting some variation on it. On Big Bad Toy Store, they are pre-ordering for $60.
Okay.
But over at Entertainment Earth, they're at $65. Not sure why, but 60 is the lowest point I saw, and that's over at Big Bad.
Dude, 60's worth it. I mean, it's just, I think you're just, I was almost even tempted to buy the 1,000 Toys Abe and Hellboy, dude. Lobster Man. Lobster Johnson, dude. I was almost tempted to buy those at 100, so at 60, I'm in.
Yeah, 150 those go for now, and they're in stock. You can get those now, but yeah, $60. Yeah, dude, this is like, I feel like the aesthetic is just slightly better than the 1,000 Toys. Like, it's just more angular. Like,
I agree. I like this style better.
Yeah. I agree. This is more true to the artwork, man. Well, along with Big Red, we are also getting Lobster Johnson.
Nice, dude. Oh, dude, and I just saw it for everybody too watching. I just saw on Hulu they just added the new Hellboy movie. I gotta check that out.
Oh, what is it?
It's like Laughing Crooked.
The Laughing Man, something like the Smiling
Laughing Man, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, Lobster Johnson, dude, and again, looking really cool, very angular. He gets his Tommy gun, of course, because he's a part of the World War II stuff. But yeah, I mean, this contrast here, man, and the way that they're playing it in the dark like this, like, that is the artwork, man. That is Mike Mignola. Like, it's beautiful.
Well, with this one, I don't know. Like, I don't think that's the figure. It like the Hellboy one looked like actual product images.
Okay.
But that one looks like a product image. But the last two photos that you showed look
rendered.
Rendered. Yeah, they look. There's an overlay or something. Like, this one looks rendered to me. Doesn't look like the actual products. Like, that contrast could be a little misleading because
true.
I'm not sure if that's exactly how it might come out. Who knows though? But
yeah.
It looks a little rendered compared to the Hellboy, but regardless, it looks amazing. The sculpt is what we are seeing, and holy crap, man! I hope another $60 figure, awesome.
Yeah, another $60 here, and you get everything you need for a Lobster. 6.5 inches. Again, it's gonna be a good scaled line here, but that's not all. We got one more, and I don't even know how to say this guy's name, but all I know is,
you gotta be kidding me.
This guy is,
dude,
what a precious little creature.
Yeah, he's the pink guy, right? Let me see if I can pronounce it. It's Gruagach. So Grau
Gruagach.
Gruagach.
Maybe like Gresh, Grouch, something like that. But dude, he's in that.
Gruagach, maybe. Yeah, he was in the David Harbour one. Yeah, the David Harbour one.
Yeah, dude. Guys, we did that dirty, man. Honestly, I love that movie. That movie was so good, and it set up nicely, man. I don't know. The blindness for Ron Perlman ruined that for us.
I think I agree with you. That movie was fun.
It was honestly even, I would say, more comic centered than even the Ron Perlman ones, which I actually liked,
and I think that's what was the problem. Is not that they were like comic accurate, is that they tried to pull too many comic storylines. Like there's the whole thing in Mexico. There's the whole thing of the troll hunters. Like they just pulled
I
too
loved it though,
much.
dude. I don't care, dude. For me, that's like a flawless movie. I loved it.
Like for me individually, those sections are cool, fun, dude. Especially the troll hunting. I got some like
Troll
attack on,
hunting's so
Attack on
good.
Titan vibes. You know, like I love that.
Even when he fights his porkers in the movie, dude, I
The
loved it, man.
the Baba Yaga in her house, amazing. But I think as a whole, it kind of lost itself a little bit. Just
Nah, it was just the hate, man. It was just the haters. They sabotaged before they even saw it.
But again, this dude, these would look great with plunderlings.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely like a plunderling style-esque like proportions, for sure.
So, but yeah, there we go. There is the 3 first wave from Boss Fight Studios coming in with the 112th. Thank you, 112th Hellboy figures. I am here for it, dude. I need an Ape Sapien. I need my boy Ape.
Yeah. Thank you for saving us, guys, from the 1,000 toys
1,000
ones.
toys, yeah. And this guy's a chat though, 4.5. You know, I love the variation in height too on this first wave. That's cool.
Yeah, and they give you big accessories to make up for it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. All right, next up here, we are getting some Fist of the North Star figure. This is our boy. And these guys are really cool. So I believe this company is called Micro Toys or something like that. Oh, sorry, Medicos Toys. And they've been doing Fist of the North Star figures since like 2020. So they just kind of slowly been putting these figures out. But yeah, what do you think, Josh?
Yeah, one thing they did really well is kind of up the ante in the paint apps and the sculpt. Because even though it's based on like, you know, an anime style-esque character, the paint apps are not par for the course anime character, you know, because you know, we see with Figure Arts and Figma, there's really no paint apps or washes or paint in the crevices of the sculpt.
Yeah.
And that's on purpose because that, or else it would look wrong. But with this one, they upped the ante and did that, and it actually looks really well. The way they're able to kind of make it a higher quality figure, but it still look like anime-esque.
I agree with you, man. So this is $109 on pre-order right now over at Big Bad. These generally do go on sale, so you can probably, if you wait it out, you can probably pick it up for like $80 to $90 if you want to. If you wanted to. So yeah, Medicos Entertainment there coming in with some more Fist of the North Star. I did want to mention here, like these are 7 inches tall, but I think that works for Fist of the North Star. Like in that anime, they're very, very elongated and like slender and tall. So I think that 7 inches works. All right, let's keep it going here. Next up, over at Loose Collectors, they drop in the Crypt, a new Crypt figure. This is the Sukam. It's an indigenous word that just means like power. And this boy is a black Yeti, basically. We've gotten the Yeti, we got Sasquatch, and now we got the black Sasquatch.
Oh, man. And, you know, when we both saw the 2 kind of Sasquatches come out from Big Bad Workshop and Loose Collector, I was like, oh, the big bad one takes it.
Chatworth,
but this Skookum looks better, I think, than the previous ones from Loose Collector. And what's crazy is it's relatively the same figure. It's just a different head sculpt, I think, and different paint apps, right?
Yeah.
But it is just all in all black figure, but they still elected to, you know, add browns and reds, as you can see, which really make this figure come alive. And I think the black, I don't know, hides a lot of the kind of gripes with the proportions that I didn't like. I don't know. The proportions look better to me.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like something about the black just kind of hides things a little bit better and it creates that nicer silhouette that flows more. And like this black Yeti here, or sorry, I keep calling it Yeti. This black Sasquatch, man, I'm really, really digging. It just looks cool.
Yeah, best of the 3 for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will go ahead and wrap it up, friends. Pretty fun week, man. We're kind of coming off of the post San Diego Comic-Con stuff, right? We're done with that, and so we're kind of getting back into that steady routine of toy news. Love it. Always love talking about toys. But let's go ahead and talk about our pick of the week. Josh, what are you thinking? What was your pick of the week? And I'll run it back.
It can be any order you need to run it back. I already know, man. It can be any of those Boss Fight Studios Hellboy figures. But out of the 3, I'll go with that pig.
Okay, really?
I want that pig, dude. Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's more so because I loved him in that 2019 Hellboy movie.
Right, he was kind of the big bad until the big bad.
He was hilarious in that movie, dude.
He was funny, and he turned into that baby or whatever.
Yeah,
that's cool. Then I'm gonna give it to Hellboy, dude. I love Hellboy and getting like that true like comic aesthetic. And they did a really good job on that, dude. So, and I'm excited for that 1/12 scale at a reasonable price.
Yeah, exactly. All we could ask for.
Yeah, I agree. So shout out Boss Fight, dude. Crushed it this week. All right, friends. Well, let us know down below your pick of the week. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.